So what do you want to talk about?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, so we had some comments in Spotify, and Justin brought up a really good idea. I thought that we could talk about old Tom Murphy and his injured back. Justin says that that we might owe him an apology. He wasn't super clear, but I think he was saying that we injured his back, and something about the Giants doctors got that wrong, or maybe we're the doctors, or I don't know, but I thought we could talk about how we don't owe that old man anything.
Yeah, what? I mean, I'm confused because what do we have to do with Tom Murphy? I don't know why we would apologize to Tom Murphy.
I don't know either, but hey, it's the people have spoken, Matthew. This is what they want.
No. Okay. All right. No. I mean, I think we should be talking about playoffs. We're 2 games out of a wild card spot.
Playoffs.
Now's the time to talk about playoffs.
Bob, do you think we should be talking about the playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Wow, Bob, that was actually a pretty good Jim Mora impersonation.
That was like spot on, dude. That was better than when we practiced. Wow, Bob. I mean, you are a multi-talented gentleman.
I'll tell you what, Bob. We gotta get to the music, but we'll let you decide what we talk about in the second segment today. Okay, just think about it, and we'll get back to you later.
I think you mean Jim Mora gets to decide.
Okay, that too.
The Giants are rolling. The vibes are flowing. It's time for Giant Cocktails. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 326 of Giant Cocktails. Ben, all-time Giant great, forever Giant Matt Duffy had a .326 on-base percentage during his 3 seasons as a San Francisco Giant.
Man, what a good Giant.
It seems like he was longer than 3 seasons. That seems short.
It was short, but it was wonderful. I mean, talk about a forever Giant. I miss him greatly, and I think the Giants should bring him back.
Let's not get carried away.
No, that's not too long, too old now.
Maybe like before Evan Longoria. Yeah, maybe that would have been the time to bring him back.
I see. Oh yeah, Evan Longoria.
Yeah, he was a Giant. Remember him?
I forgot he was a Giant, dude. I'm not going to lie. The other day, I saw a stat for Andrew McCutchen, and they were all like, Andrew McCutchen has hit this home run. And then they were like, yeah, he hit this many for the Pirates. And I was like, what? Hasn't Andrew McCutchen always been a Pirate? True story.
Wow.
Okay, it was just for a brief second. And no, I wasn't drunk.
Not only was he a Giant, he was a Yankee too. So.
I know. He was like, I think on at least 3 other teams, but then I remembered, no, I saw him hit a home run for the Giants. So yeah, but you know how these things are. You just, Evan Longoria is a Ray.
That's right. Matt Duffy is a Giant.
That's right. And Duffy is a Giant. Forever Giant Matt Duffy.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Oh, this is it. This is the moment.
This is it, Bob. You've had enough time to decide. Okay. So how about whoever you introduce first to share their cocktail, we get to decide, that person gets to decide what we talk about in the second segment today.
Okay, Bob, just remember, you and me, we're both old men.
I'm technically older, but okay. All right, Bob, what's it going to be?
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Yes!
Oh, come on!
Yes!
This is so, you're so biased.
Yes! All right, we're talking about playoffs.
Playoffs?
All right, thank you for asking, Bob. That was very, very kind of you. Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail called applesauce because I've officially decided that it's fall. It was raining here in Sonoma County the last day or so, and it felt cold and chilly. I didn't have to like turn on the AC at all. So I've figured out a fall cocktail, and that's what we're going to talk about. Applesauce at the end of the episode.
What are you drinking, Ben?
The nerve. Well, thank you for asking, Bob. That's very just rude of you. Well, oh, yeah, okay. Well, Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail that's called, wow, that situation really sucks. I'm sorry that happened to him. I wish nothing but the best for him, and I really don't fully understand what happened, and I don't know that it's appropriate for me to even comment on it. But at the end of the day, I don't know that he was the right signing at the time because we had Joey Bart and Patrick Bailey on the roster. And so that's really the long-term legacy of Old Man Murphy to me, rather than his very disappointing to everyone's injury history.
That's a really long cocktail name.
And you can find out what's in that at the end of the episode. But by the way, before this, it was named the Fall Fashioned. And that's what I'm drinking today, Bob. That cocktail.
I'm thinking the that might have Old Tom Gin in it. I'm just a guess. No,
it doesn't. I might have to change the recipe. I've got a whole show to go. I got a whole show to do it. It's fine. These things tend to work themselves out, Matthew.
They do. Anyway, today is Wednesday, September 10th. As we record this podcast, our San Francisco Giants went 2-1. Pretty much how we predicted at the end of last episode. We said Webb and Ray and pray. That was the mantra for the weekend.
And I think by praying, we upset some people because they were like, oh, these people. You know, like at the end of every sporting season, there's just a bunch of people who just show up. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened.
Well, whatever. Our prayers weren't answered, that's for sure. So the Giants went 2-1, which is under normal circumstances a very good series. But at this point, maybe we need some sweeps. And the Giants are 74-72, 2 games over 500, 4 games over homeostasis.
Yeah, we call that the inverted stasis.
Inverted stasis. Okay. Most importantly, though, Ben, the Giants are 2 games out of the final wild card spot. Now, I know that we don't have the tiebreaker with the Mets, so really it's 3 games. But just when you look at the standings and it has that 2 underneath, it just feels like things are happening. It feels like possibility, Ben.
It does. I agree. Do you want the Downers view of that?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I'm going to give it to you. So thank you for asking. Okay, you just scattershotting that. It's not working, dude. It's not even going over my words. Okay. If we had won those 2 games in St. Louis, then we should have won. It's the curse of the Goldschmidt jersey.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
We'd be tied right now.
Okay. Well,
so thank you, Ryan Walker and Bob Melvin, for leaving Kai Tang in too long.
All right. Well, we'll talk. What are we going to talk about today? Well, we are going to talk about the Diamondback series because it was a good series to talk about, and then we're going to talk about playoffs. Like, What are the Giants? Why? Some reasons to believe that the Giants could be in the playoffs. I'm starting to feel it, man.
I think you're tempting. You're like angering the gods. Okay. Like, we have to pay due deference to them. We got to grovel and show them that we are beneath them.
Do you really feel like 2 guys in their closet have any influence over whether the Giants make the playoffs or not?
I think we do when we try to raise above our station and say that good things are going to happen to us.
I'm not saying they're going to happen. I said I'm feeling good about where they're at and the possibility of what could happen over the last 2.5 weeks.
You know what? I think one of us really needs to spend more time in therapy.
Well, it can't be you because you're there every damn week.
Doesn't mean I don't need more.
That's true. That's true.
I have done enough to think it might be me.
All right, but first, some tidbits, Ben. Just a couple questions that I had was, I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. Whenever Kyle Schwarber hit his 50th home run, I would happen to be listening to the Giants. That's right. That's right.
Just because we hate that guy. That's it. Just don't like him.
Well, and that's my point. So I'm listening to the KNBR broadcast, and they decide to give us the video, the audio feed of Kyle Schwarber hitting his 50th home run for the Phillies. And I'm like, why is this important? Why do I care that Kyle Schwarber became the second Philly to hit 50 home runs? I don't care. Does any Giants fan care enough for them to actually have us listen to the audio of it happening?
Is he like a free agent?
Probably.
That's what I just figured it out. I just thought of that just now. They're like, maybe, just in case they want a guy to keep the seat warm while we wait for the Eldritch Knight.
I got one thought on that.
What is that? Folks, I really do want to apologize. Matthew rediscovered a gift that he'd been given a few years ago. And I don't know what's changed in his life, but then he rightfully just put it back in the box and then kind of saved it as a white elephant gift. But something's happened, and now he's like, this is the best thing ever.
Well, I couldn't use it before because I didn't have the right interface.
Oh.
And then I got gifted a very nice podcast interface thing by my significant other. And suddenly, when I was moving, I found the old gift and it all works together nicely now. And so I can do whatever I want whenever I want.
She sent me a text, asked me what she should get. I sent her 2 links and she bought exactly those things, right? You didn't know that?
Well, thank you for giving her.
So this is all my fault.
It is your fault.
That's figures. See? This is why I can't talk about the playoffs, because this is what's going to happen.
All right. Well, anyway, why should Kyle Schwarber be highlighted on KNBR? Why? He shouldn't. Okay.
God.
To me, I can't decide how somebody thought that was something that they needed to let Giants fans know about. It just made no sense. Second of all, rather recently, and this is kind of old news because it's been the last 2-3 weeks, but there is an Instagram account called the Hall of Pretty Good.
Okay.
And so they nominate players, and there's some rules about if your BWAR is too high, you're not eligible for the Hall of Pretty Good. And then they nominate players that were pretty good in their day, and then they ask the fans to vote for them, their followers to vote for them.
Right.
And Hunter Pence was nominated 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he got 98% of the vote, which is the highest of any player inducted into the Hall of Pretty Good. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me that more than 50 people voted.
Oh, like thousands of people, 10,000.
Okay.
It was thousands of people voted.
Because I was thinking that was it the same guy who didn't vote for Ichiro?
Right? I mean,
was also didn't vote for Hunter Pence.
He's the epitome of pretty good, and I don't understand how anyone 2% of the people thought that he wasn't worthy of the Hall of Pretty Good. I will say that the best players are the ones that acknowledge their induction in through social media. And Hunter Pence was very creative. He was at a waterfall, and it was a picture of a waterfall behind him, and he said, "Not the best waterfall in the world, but pretty good." And and so that was his acceptance of the Hall of Pretty Good induction.
That's pretty good. I quite frankly am surprised that it's 98%. He's most well known for being an Astro and a Giant. So what, did the Dodger fans not vote?
That must have been it.
Right. And I know he was cheating for the Dodgers. Pre-Astros cheating against the Dodgers. I know that the Dodger fans, I'm aware that somebody cheats you out of the World Series every year that you don't win it. I understand that. Whenever you don't win it, it's because somebody cheated. I get it. But still, like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised because I would think that more fans of baseball, well, I don't know, maybe only 2% of fans of baseball are Dodgers. Dodger fans.
Maybe. That's probably it.
That's probably what it is. It's like you live in the LA area, and I get it. Like, what are you going to be, an Angels fan? No, obviously not. And so then you have to be a Dodgers fan, and that's it. Those are the only Dodger fans. I get it. Okay, that totally makes sense now that I think about it.
Okay, all right. Well, we should probably move on.
Yeah, I guess.
To the Diamondback series. Game 1, Ben. Same old, same old. Giants were hitting. You had your ace on the mound. Life was good.
I mean, like, yeah. And I felt that way. I felt that way before the game started. I felt that way while the game was going on. Like, Koss made that play, and I was like, this sucks. But it was like, this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, the Giants getting behind 3 early. Like, there has been times during the season where I was like, game over.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the season, we didn't feel that way.
No, and now I don't feel that way. I was like, oh, it's early. They'll come back.
Less than, yeah. Like, I feel best about it now than I have at any point in time. And so this season's been a roller coaster, man. And I got to tell you, the team's got to be pretty good for old Ben Henry to think that the team's got a chance when they're down 3-0.
This is true.
I mean, the team's got to be really good. Because I naturally, I'm naturally a cynic. But again, only when it comes to the Giants. It's not everything in my life. Like, my children love me, and they think I'm a great dad.
Well, you grew up in the 80s, early 80s watching the Giants, so it's...
That's right. That's right. It was rough times, kids. It was
so bad. So bad.
No offense to Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow.
No. They were probably the highlights, to be honest.
Krukow certainly was.
So Logan Webb tops 200 Ks in this outing for the first time ever. And still probably not good enough to overtake Paul Skeens for the Cy Young Award. But I'd be shocked if he doesn't finish in second place at this point.
What if he goes like his whole career? Because here's the thing, I know the Tim Lincecums of the world happen, the Madison Bumgarners of the world happen. But the way that Logan does it, I get the feeling like he's got like 6 more of these years in him. What if he just finishes second like 5 times?
He's going to be in the Hall of Pretty Good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gonna get 97% of the vote, I think. Yeah, because he's not gonna get any of the Dodger fan votes, and then he'll get that 1% that's like, oh, but he didn't strike enough guys out.
That's right.
And I'll be like, what are you voting in the Hall of Pretty Good for? Jeez, that's Hall of Fame kind of argumentation. But yeah,
Logan Webb decides that he's gonna, after those 3 runs, that he's gonna lock them down, and he does a pretty good job. And then the offense gets going. 5 home runs, Ben. Only the 5th time in Oracle Park history that has happened. And what I thought was interesting was the guys who hit it. Right? I mean, it was Jung-Hoo Lee, Dominic Smith, Elliot Ramos. Now Matt Chapman. Okay, give him that. And then Patrick Bailey.
I think it's pronounced Babley.
Babley, yes. The Babe.
Yeah.
The Babley.
The Babe.
Yeah.
The Babley. Yeah, if you're trying to insinuate, Matthew, the 4 of the 5 least likely guys to hit a home run, I would say that's unfair. I think Ramos hits enough home runs for not to be
that's
shocking.
True. That's true. I guess it's just Lee and Bailey are really the ones where you're
Yeah,
like, wow.
Lee and Bailey were surprising, right? Especially at Oracle. And especially with, like, Bailey hit that one and it wasn't close.
No.
I mean, it was late innings, but it was not close at all.
And he was one of those no-doubters. He knew it as soon as he hit it.
I know. And I don't know what came over him. They weren't losing. We didn't need late inning heroics, and he gave them to us anyway.
That's right. There is a caveat, though. There is a caveat.
Okay, what is the caveat?
Anthony DeSclafani gave up 3 of those homers.
T-Bone?
T-Bone is back, man. Disco.
No, if he
I know
was
he doesn't
Disco,
like it, but if he's for us, we can call him Disco, right? I mean, like, you know.
Well, this is what I'm saying. If he had gone by Disco, he'd probably still be with the Giants.
That's a good point. Good point.
He'd be our number 4 starter right now. Right? He would have pitched today and given up 5 home runs.
Instead, he's not even good enough to be in the dbags bullpen.
No, he's not, but he's there.
In that game, though, Ben, Jung-Hoo Lee went 3 for 4 with a home run. I demand an apology. The hooligans are coming again, and you'd owe Jung-Hoo Lee an apology. He's hitting 370 in his last, 15 games. I will not stand for you to besmirch his name.
First of all, I want you to apologize to our listeners for what you just did.
What did I do?
You banged on your desk.
I did. I banged on my desk. Sorry, listeners.
I don't know what that's going to sound like, but it's not going to be good.
It's going to sound like this.
Yeah, okay. Right. All right.
Or maybe like this.
Yeah, except you were trying to talk during the time when you did it, but whatever. You know what? Here's what I think happened, Matthew. Everybody hyped him up. He got off to a good start. He started to believe his own press. He got complacent, and then he started to stink. And nobody between here and Seoul wanted to say anything. And then one brave voice stood up and said, Jung-Hoo Lee is not doing it. He's not good enough. And for 6 to 8 weeks, I was ignored. But then, when all of the cheering went away, he could finally hear my voice. And some people, they need that kind of feedback to snap them out of it. And that's why he has returned to form. It's all my fault.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. Sure. We'll go with that. So
Really?
you're not going to give an apology?
I didn't think you were going to buy that at all. Wow.
I don't buy it, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
No,
maybe he got complacent. Maybe he started believing his own press. Maybe that's the case. I don't think you had anything to do with his turnaround, but I'm glad he's turned it around.
I think he lost his swing and nobody knew what to do to find it for 2 months. That's what I think. And I'm glad that they have. Honestly though, I mean, when we're going to have to break down those 2 months, somebody's going to have to, because those 2 months cost the Giants a playoff spot if they had ended up not making it. I think we could definitively say that right now, no matter what happens.
Can you though? Because I think there were lots of players that could contribute. You could point at he wasn't the only one not hitting in July.
I agree. I wasn't saying that he's the only reason. What I'm saying is the 2 months where the offense disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Cost the Giants
maybe at the end of the season, after they've won the World Series, we can talk about July and June.
Matthew, no, this is what I mean. They did a bullpen, and no, it's Webb and Ray and Prey
and Verlander. You said last episode, that he was a viable number 3.
I could get on board with that, but what about the 4th and 5th? Oh, well, okay, Webb would come. What about the 4th game?
Then you got a bullpen game. The Dodgers, ran with that. They made it work.
That is true, but now the Dodgers have no bullpen. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. My point is, there were a lot of people to blame, and we will do a breakdown. But I think at the end of the breakdown, He's near the top of the list.
All right. Well, we could debate that another day. Game 2, though, Robbie Ray win day. Giants win 5-3. It wasn't quintessential Ray. I mean, he had some really tough innings in there, but he went 5.
It's Robbie Ray win day. It's not Robbie Ray dominate day.
Okay, good point.
It's not Robbie Ray no hitter day. It's not even Robbie Ray win day, right? It's like okay, it is that. But it's Robbie Ray. What we don't say is the hidden word. It's Robbie Ray Giants win day.
This is true. Yeah, he doesn't always win the game, but
he doesn't always win the game. He's only won
13?
No, it's 10. Is it 11 now? It's either 10 or 11. I don't remember what his record
11.
was.
It's 11. He's
okay.
11. 11 and
he was
6.
10. Yeah, he was 10 and 6. And honestly, I was surprised at 6 because it just seemed high to me. But no, yeah, he was good enough. And honestly, again, another game where I felt like they're going to win.
Which is weird because they only got 5 hits. But one of them was the next 30 home run hitter for the Giants, Willie Adames.
Dude, there is so much in this season that's not going my prediction way that I almost feel like everything's going to go my way because they're going to miss by 1 on everything. Or none of them are going to go my way and we're going to win the World Series.
Ooh, let's go with that one. I like that one.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it because if I lose, I win. And if I win, I win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So let's just win and win.
Yeah, that's what I would prefer. But anyway, yeah, he's at 28 now.
28?
I don't see how... I'm afraid to say it.
It could be Brandon Belted. He could be Brandon Belted. You never want to...
Oh, that's right. He could get hurt. Why? I know you're right.
Just
and
the
I'm
one
the one
thing.
who's supposed to say
the one thing that holds it's holding back. We would have it already if Brandon Bell hadn't got hit on the hand, right? I mean, just Giants might actually have another World Series if Brandon Bell got hit
folks,
in the hand.
when Willie gets hurt, it's all Matthew's fault.
It was blame me for sure.
And that's why they'll miss the playoffs. It's everything's going to be Matthew's fault. He just ruined it.
Okay,
Way to go, dude.
Thanks. Moving on. Last week we talked about. I think it was last week. We talked about everyone's kind of auditioning for the Giants bullpen for next year, right?
Yeah.
And Yoel Peguero, I think, has been auditioning pretty well, if you ask me.
He's been amazing. I mean, maybe he's our closer. Or he's our next year's Randy Rodriguez because we're not going to have a Randy Rodriguez next year. He's been nothing short of a revelation. He's been amazing. And, talk about a late bloomer, but
Well, not only does he pump 101, but then he goes multiple innings. It's just, it's so impressive. And then guys that are going up there, right? They're gearing up for 101. And then he throws this 89 mile per hour slider that they just have they're trying to hold up because at the last second they realize it's not 101 fastball and they can't. And just pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was amazing. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop on him. Just because, he had such a long stint in the minors and it was
Didn't he start off like an A-ball this last year? I mean, it's
I think so. I don't really remember where he was this year, but I know the Giants are at least his second, if not third organization, right? And he's 27.
He's been in the minors
old.
for 10 years before this year.
Yeah. So, I just keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it just hasn't. And so maybe he's finally put it all together and I'm glad we have him. I'm glad we have Gage. These are two guys that have just sort of they have really softened the blow of losing, Rogers and Camilo and Rodriguez and Miller. I mean, I guess mostly that's Luke Casey of all people. What? But yeah, I think we've been really, really lucky about considering how these guys have performed. The bullpen's not as good as it used to be, though. But
yeah, you say that, but then let's talk about Game 3, right? I mean, because Carson Seymour struggles early. Finally, Bob Melvin realizes that he's managing it's the playoffs already.
Yeah, Bob, where the hell was that on KWT's last start? This is what I was talking about. This start is what they should have done with Kai Wei Tang in his last start.
Yeah, they should have been prepared for him to like hit the wall.
To suck. And what's really galling is that this was the second inning and they were singles. Right?
Yeah.
3 batters in on singles in the second and he's yanked.
And they weren't really necessarily hard hit singles either. I mean, a little
no,
luck
I mean,
and maybe
I thought
gets out
well,
of it.
Exactly. It wasn't like he was horrible, but they were like, clearly something's not working here. I think the Diamondbacks had a plan against him and it was working. They knew he was going to be in the strike zone and they were attacking him. And then the first 2 hits I thought were good pitches that he made to the locations he wanted. So good on the Diamondbacks for hitting him. But the third and the fourth hit, those were both hanging sliders. Right, and middle. It was just ugly. It was just like, they look like batting practice fastballs. So I don't know what that garbage was, but he needed to go. And so he went. And, my point is that, like, Kai Tang was in the 5th. And he walked 3 guys. And it was just like, it seemed like an entirely different attitude from Martinez and Melvin than what we had with Kai Tang.
Yeah, it seems like Bomel has finally like, oh yeah, I gotta start.
Yeah, no, every game's a playoff game. You have to try to win every single game. You cannot do this thing of like, oh, I need to rest my bullpen, so I need a guy to just eat the game. Well, no, you don't have that luxury anymore.
Well, and today there really was no excuse because tomorrow's an off day, right? So you had all your relievers, and they pitched 7 2/3 of scoreless innings. Or maybe 1 run, but they win. Was it Bivens, Wynn, Brubaker, and Budo? Yeah, they allowed 1 run in 7 2/3 of innings, kept the Giants in the game, and. I just think all these guys are auditioning for roles for next year, and maybe the Giants have a better bullpen than we've been giving them credit.
I mean, Buto has been, way better than I thought he was when they got him, right? The fact that the Mets let him go when they were trying to improve their bullpen is kind of amazing to me. I agree. Like, I think that pieces of a good bullpen are here. I just think we're missing our studs.
Yeah. Okay. Final thing on this, offense continues to struggle against lefties. Just like how, it's just inexplicable. I don't.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that more when we get to the playoff section.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Now Ben and Bob.
That's so good, Bob.
You just got to believe at this point because the Giants on August 22nd were a season low 7 games under 500. Since then, Ben, they have gone 13-4, which includes Sunday's loss. So they don't really seem like they're slowing down. During that stretch, they've scored 118 runs, which is almost 7 runs per game. And they've given up 69 runs, which is about 4 runs per game. It's
nice.
Yes, nice. I remember there was a stretch there where we were like, if they score 0 or 1 runs, we're like, yeah, that's the Giants. They haven't done that since August 10th. And then the 16 games prior, though, to this little last 16 game stretch, they scored 1 run or less 7 times. And now all of a sudden they've turned on the switch. They're scoring runs. And so I feel like the Giants are finally that team that we've been waiting for. We talked about their pitching was so good that they only needed mediocre offense, and we weren't even getting that. Now their offense has pumped up to being one of the best offenses over the last 2+ weeks, and they're actually winning games. The other reason why we should be talking about playoffs, though, Ben, and we talked a little about this last week, is who they're chasing. Okay, the Mets have gone 7-10. In the last 17 games, while the Giants have gone 13-4. So now all of a sudden the Giants are only 2 games behind them. I'm feeling optimistic. I don't know why we can't get excited about the playoffs.
Because if you get excited, then it won't happen. That's why. First reason. It's really the only reason.
That's That's silly talk.
That's silly talk? That's silly talk? No, that's the way baseball works. Matthew, why did baseball games get to be 3.5 hours long? Because every batter needed to do his good luck ritual exactly 7 times between every pitch. And the good luck rituals just kept getting longer and longer. Because baseball players are superstitious. Baseball is nothing if not a superstition. Baseball, in fact, doesn't actually exist. It's not a real thing. It's a superstition. And so, like, and honestly, just to prove my point, the main reason that I believe that the Giants had a shot when they started winning, right? Because that was requirement number 1. The Giants have to win a lot. And they have been winning a lot. And like in ridiculous ways. It's been a month. It's been a month since they had a 1-run game. Is that what you said?
No, 16 games or something like that. They've had one 1-run game in the last 16.
Oh, they haven't been shut out since August 10th. They haven't been shut out in a month.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they were getting shut out every other day before that.
Felt like it.
And so my point is that that was the first thing they needed to do. They needed to do that. And they started doing that. But you know what? If all of the teams in front of them just keep playing good, that doesn't matter, right? Because they won't catch them. They'll run out of time. But when I saw that the 3 wild card teams ahead of them were the Cubs, the Padres, and the Mets, and I was like, oh my God, this might happen. Why? Because those teams always disappoint their fan bases. Like, that is what they do. Not every year, but when you put those 3 on a platter and say, oh, monsieur, do you like your choices? I would be like, yes! I love my choices. 9 days. Ooh. That's a deep movie reference. But anyway, my apologies.
Oh, man, that is a deep reference.
So yeah, that's why I believe. But it's why I also believe that we can't tempt fate. But you know what? Like, let's put all of this aside. Let's say I agree with you. They're gonna make it.
Okay. Agree with you.
What happens when they get there?
I'm not sure we need to dig into that.
Not sure we need to, or not sure you want to?
Well, I just feel like you get into the dance and anybody could dance with you, right? I mean, it's just, you never know what's going to happen.
I mean, that's what we always say about the 2010 Giants and a little bit the 2012 and 2014 Giants. But then when you go back and you look at their pitching staffs and you say, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we felt then. But now when we look back, we're like, oh, actually, we had outstanding pitching from top to bottom. Right? We had Lincecum and Kane and Bumgarner, but we also had this thing so good, they call it has a name. The Core Four.
Right.
Like, Matthew, when I say the names Peguero and Lucchesi and Gage and Buto, do you think postseason dominance?
Ben, the guys that we have in our bullpen now could become household legends, okay, if they have like just one good run in October, okay? You don't know how it all plays out, and we could look back and go, oh yeah, Logan Webb and Robbie Ray, and then, almost 300 game winner Justin Verlander. Yeah, that checks out. Those guys are good. I think, why not? Why not? And we could, we have Rafael Devers and Matt Chapman and Willie Adames and Jung Hoo Lee, and all of a sudden those guys are hitting homers in the playoffs, and boom, you're scoring runs, and just it all clicks just like it did in 2010. Okay, you don't know. You don't know, and you could just say that's the beauty of baseball. It's the beauty of being a baseball fan is you're close enough to taste it, and then you can dream. When I was in New York back in the early 90s, the lottery in New York had a slogan that said, "All you need is $1 and a dream." Okay. And all you need is the playoffs and a dream, Ben, because it could become reality. And so if they don't get into the playoffs, they have no chance of winning the World Series. But if they do, yeah, they could lose, but they could also win it all.
In the words of Gen Z, Matthew, that sounds like a scam, a cash grab, a swindle. Now, I would argue that these words mean different things. Like a scam is different than a cash grab. But Gen Z assures me that they're all the same thing. And they also really against gambling. Wow. Wow. So not fans of the lottery. Sounds like a scam, Matthew. Anyway, what I will tell you about all of those things is that good pitching and defense win championships, and that has been true most postseasons. I can't remember the last team that just dominated its way with its overwhelming offense to win the World Series. And, people might point to the Dodgers, but honestly, I would say that World Series played out very differently. The team that was supposed to overwhelm you with their offense ended up looking like a bunch of morons. So I don't know. I hope we get to have this debate in more depth, and we can fight about it deep into October. But that being said, I think Jim Mora was wrong. I think that the Seahawks really had a chance. And I think, the Seagulls. And I think that these Giants do have a chance. But again, only because it's the Mets. And the Padres, I still think they have a losing stretch in front of them.
Maybe the Padres will Padre.
But I will tell you this. None of that is going to matter unless the Giants do what they need to do against the only team that they must always beat. Matthew, what is the number one rule?
Beat the Dodgers.
Beat the Dodgers!
And it just so happens that's who we're playing next, Ben.
Wow.
The Dodgers are coming to town.
Yeah,
I think like you planned it. The Dodgers are coming to town. They are 81-64, but since the All-Star break, they are only one game better than the Giants. I don't feel like the Dodgers are scary at all.
No, I'm not scared of the Dodgers. Nobody's scared of the Dodgers. The Dodgers suck.
Dodgers suck.
That's right.
That's right, Bob. And so I just hope that these Giants believe it, because we've struggled to beat the Dodgers, and so we could be really cathartic to just whoop on the Dodgers.
I mean, just go in there and just give them a whole lot of Luke Casey, Buto, and Bivens, and Gage. And the Dodgers will just wilt, mainly because they've been wilting to everybody. They're in like you remember how the Giants were scoring no runs, Matthew?
Yes.
That's what the Dodgers have been doing. That's why they have to practically no-hit teams. And when they take a no-hitter into the eighth inning, their record is 500. That's how bad the Dodgers are.
Oh, anyway, so Friday is Yamamoto versus Verlander.
Ooh,
and
that sounds fancy.
And then the Giants haven't named their starters for Saturday and Sunday, but it is Kershaw and Glasnow for the Dodgers.
God. Okay, so Glasnow threw. So he was just coming off an injury, so he threw hitless into the 7th or 8th in his last start. Honestly, dude, those guys look like the few starting pitchers that they have actually look like they're putting it all together at the right time. But that's it. That's the only thing that's going right for them right now.
Yep. So they just need to bust through a little bit with those guys, and they got a chance. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Remind me, Glasnow, he's He's a righty, right? Please tell me he's a righty.
Yes, he's a righty.
Oh, thank God. Because, what can we do about this Kershaw game? We have to sweep them.
I gotta feel like Kershaw's age is gonna catch up to him at some
What?
point.
When? Where? Why? When? You're like, well, this game.
This game.
This game is gonna. It's gonna. Gee, how do? This is the kind of crap from you. I just can't take it. This is the game where the age catches up to him. Finally. Oh God.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Yes, thank you, Pop.
Yeah, God,
Thanks.
more.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, it's fall. I know fall doesn't start for a couple more weeks, but it was raining here this week, and I decided it's fall. So I am presenting a cocktail called Applesauced. And it has 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounces of maple syrup. I actually had pecan maple syrup, and that is excellent in it. It's got 3/4 ounces of lemon juice, 2 ounces of hard cider. I am using Tanuki cider, which is based out of Santa Cruz, about an 8-minute walk from where Ben and I grew up. And it is an excellent, excellent hard cider. And I highly recommend it. If you're in the Santa Cruz area, you can get it there. There's a few places in San Jose, I believe, that you can get it as well. TanukiCider.com if you want to know more about that. Great, great cider. And then you're going to and then you got a pinch of cinnamon. So you're gonna shake the bourbon, maple syrup, and lemon juice in a shaker with ice. Then you're gonna double strain that into a rocks glass with ice. And then you're going to add 2 ounces of hard apple cider, the Tanuki hard apple cider. Now, if you don't have Tanuki, of course, any other hard apple cider would be fine. And then on top, you're going to put a pinch of cinnamon, which is important because it really does bring that whole applesauce kind of flavor to light. And it tastes like a delicious apple cider or applesauce, as a kid. Really, really good. And it just invokes the fall. And so that's what I'm drinking, Bob. Applesauced.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Really, really is.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Well, thank you for asking, Bob. That's very kind of you. Matthew, applesauce makes me think of being an old man with no teeth.
Or like a toddler with no teeth.
Same. For that reasons, I don't really like applesauce. But that cocktail sounds really good because it's not applesauce.
No, it's really good. It's really good.
Well, anyway, Bob, thank you for asking. That's very kind of you. This show could have been entirely different if you had called my name out first at the beginning of the show, but I get it. I understand. Whatever. Today, Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail called Old Tom's Fall Fashioned. And really, it's just called the Fall Fashioned. And what is in a Fall Fashioned? Well, it has 2.5 ounces of whiskey. My whiskey does not have an E in it. But you can use any whiskey. Doesn't have to be Scotch. To that, you're also going to add 1/4 of an ounce to 1/2 an ounce of cinnamon and clove simple syrup.
Now you're talking.
To make this, you just take 1 part sugar, 1 part water. You put them into a saucepan. You bring them up to a slight simmer, very gentle. You add in 1 to 2 cinnamon sticks, depending on how large your batch is, and 3 to 8 cloves, depending on how large your batch is. You let them simmer for a moment, and then you let those steep until they are completely cool. And you can remove those things from the syrup, or you can just leave them in there and let that syrup just get more and more infused with their flavors. And that is how you make this cinnamon and clove simple syrup. To make the cocktail, you put both of those ingredients into a mixing glass with ice, and you add 2 to 3 dashes of your favorite bitters. I put in Peychaud's. Angostura, it would work very well for these fall flavors, but I went for a little brighter flavor to counterbalance the cinnamon and clove. And then you stir that to your desired level of chill. I like maximum chill. because I'm not. And then you strain that into a rocks glass and put in a large single chunk of ice and garnish it with a copious amount of brandied cherries and an orange twist, which you express over the glass and then drop in it. And that is how you make a fall fashioned. And that's what I'm drinking today, Bob.
That's a tasty cocktail.
You know, it was really good. And I don't make a lot of old fashions on the show, and I think I should just make them all the time. They're so easy and they're so good.
Change up the syrup, change up the bitters, bam, got a whole different drink.
Agreed. Change up the whiskey. What the heck? Doesn't even have to be whiskey. It could be rum. Could be gin.
Tequila.
It's right. Mezcal. Ouzo? No, not ouzo.
Not so.
And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us. We will be back on Monday. I will be elated or just extremely pissed off on Monday. And you will know, because you will know how the Giants did against those stupid, evil Empire dodo heads. But if you can't wait that long to get your fix, feel free to reach out to us on the social medias, where we go by the name Giant Cocktails. You can also find us on YouTube, where you can like, subscribe, and watch our logo while you listen to our voices. And you can also comment, like, and subscribe. You can also comment on Spotify, just like Justin did. And Chris did. And Morgan Lindsay did. Mr. Morgan Lindsay, thank you very much. Also, Mr. Morgan Lindsay, I noticed that it's just you and your avatar photo now. So thank you for helping clear that up. But most importantly, be sure to leave us a positive 5-star review at Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really does help the show. Or you can just do what Bob tells you to do. Bob, what should they do?
Like and subscribe, people.
Wow, that was just short and sweet. Maybe we should just have Bob do the outro, Matthew.
Yes, just you can save us like 2 or 3 minutes.
Seriously. Seriously. Anyway, Matthew, it was great talking San Francisco Giants with you. I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I still think they're going to miss by 1 game. Willie's going to hit 29 home runs, but if it was any other way, then they would. They wouldn't do those things. They would just. And so anyway, that's the way it has to be. Anyway, cheers, Matthew. Thanks, everybody. Whatever I'm supposed to say.
Cheers, Ben. Bye, everybody.
You know. You got it. You got it figured out. Goodbye! I'm not even that drunk.
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
Defending your life.
That's right. That's very good, Matthew. Yes, very good. Why? Mm-hmm. Why does he?
Albert Brooks and underrated movie for Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I would agree. Underrated movie for Meryl Streep. The Queen herself. Yes. One of my all-time favorites.
I love that scene where the waiter's like, "How many days you in?" And he goes, 9 days, and the waiter goes, "Ooh."
Yeah,
9 days.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. Ooh, 9 days. And then he brings him a 9 pies. For every day.
9 pies.
That's right. For every day that he's yeah. And Albert feels ashamed because he's an idiot. But 9 pies, man. Yeah. Good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. You know?
Yeah. Albert Brooks.
Brooks. Yeah, it is a classic. Lost classic. What else? Do we need to talk about the Dirty Miners? Yes. Like, no.
I think the defending your life was good to end it on.
Okay. All right. You don't want to talk about Jake Foodie?
No.